Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. As you can see, Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday photos of Wycliffe Oparanya and Mary Biketi, the alleged Mpango wa Kando, emerged online. And Kenyans started questioning the objectives which those photos were intended to achieve. And as a matter of fact, I did a comprehensive analysis about the whole photos and the leakage. And I observed some 2 or 3 things. The first thing I observed was that the photos were actually leaked by none other than the lady Mary Biketi. And I explained probably why she decided to leak the photos. The second thing I also observed from the photos yesterday, for those who missed that video, was the fact that Oparanya personally went to the studio with this lady, which means it was no longer a secret. There is no way a former governor can just go to a studio with any other Mpango wa Kando, which means there was nothing like secret affair. It was public. The third thing I also observed was the fact that Oparanya had time for this lady, and that's why he decided to go to the studio with her, not once, but on several occasions. And Kenyans actually hailed Wycliffe Oparanya, and indeed on this platform, I concluded that if the intention of those photos were to derail Oparanya's ambition of becoming the next ODM party leader, then those guys got it wrong. And indeed today, Wycliffe Oparanya addressed the issue of those photos.
I have seen someone circulating my photos, genuine photos. Those are very genuine photos. I don't know why someone is waste time trying to circulate them, but it's unfortunate. Wherever I took those photos, they leaked it to the press. Those are very decent photos, and I don't know the interest that people have when you have taken a photo with that apple. And there is now fake news that I'm in hospital, I'm sick, and here I am. I have a family to protect, and I have a big family to protect. So those sending out fake news should stop. Here I am. I'm able to speak. I have no problem. I've been in Mombasa here for a few days, meeting my own people from my own community.
So in this video, I want us to analyze very keenly the response by Wycliffe Oparanya. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names there for the coffee which they sent to me earlier today. You can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think Oparanya decided to address the issue of those photos? Because I've observed the response online, and most people, especially lawyer men, are suggesting that as a lawyer man, Oparanya ought not to have responded. He ought just to have left it the way he left it yesterday. But Oparanya decided to respond. Let us just go through Oparanya's response. The first thing Oparanya did was to acknowledge that the photos were actually genuine. They were not Photoshop. I remember one of our subscribers on this platform called me earlier today, and he told me, like, Lee, I've observed those photos and they appear to be Photoshop. I told him, no, those photos were not Photoshop. So the truth is, those photos, according to Oparanya's own words, are genuine.
I have seen someone circulating my photos, genuine photos. Those are very genuine photos. I don't know why someone is waste time trying to circulate them, but it's unfortunate.
Which means Oparanya has accepted that those photos, it's him and the lady. So why do you think Oparanya decided to accept that the photos were him and the lady? In my view, Oparanya was targeting the support of men. You know, men in this republic of called Kenya, men would prefer polygamy if they were to be given a chance. But I think either because of one or two reasons, most men no longer accept polygamy as a form of marriage. So by the fact that Oparanya is polygamous with 2 wives and adding a third one, and Oparanya probably read the mood of men online, he decided to acknowledge that those are me. So do whatever you want. Take, Mr. Oparanya, you are the next chair of men's conference. The second thing Oparanya is saying is that the photos are decent. You see, most people who normally trend online, the scandals, either someone is nude photos, but according to Oparanya, these photos are decent. And indeed, all of them are decent. I remember there's one where it was alleged the lady and Oparanya were kind of in bed, you know, halfway. But we can't qualify that. But the truth is, most of those photos, decent.
Wherever I took those photos, they leaked it to the press. Those are very decent photos, and I don't know the interest that people have when you have taken a photo with that laptop.
There's none which you can say, okay, this one is not a good photo. All of them. And that is what Oparanya is telling people, that most people have always been trending with nude photos, you know, compromising situations, but not this one. The third thing Oparanya is saying, which I want to disagree with him, is the fact that Oparanya is actually blaming the photo lab. That the studio where they took the photo is the one which shared these photos. I don't agree with Oparanya up to that stage. The truth of the matter is that the person who leaked these photos is none other than Mary Biketi. And evidence are clear that she's the one who shared these photos. Kenyans picked the photos from Mary Biketi because Biketi was not known before. That's why these photos actually did not start yesterday, the previous day, but because she was not known, very few picked them from her wall, shared. So by the time they were busting, so many people had actually shared. The guys of the studio, no. The photos were actually shared by the lady. And if you want to know that these photos were shared by the lady, today, Oparanya is also saying that he's actually in Mombasa, meeting with the lawyer leaders, which is true.
And there is now fake news that I'm in hospital, I'm sick, and here I am. I have a family to protect, and I have a big family to protect. So those sending out fake news should stop. Here I am. I'm able to speak. I have no problem. I've been in Mombasa here for a few days, meeting my own people from my own community.
But the question is, where is Mary Biketi? Mary Biketi is also right in Mombasa with Oparanya. She actually shared the video on her wall, Facebook, which is verified now. Because so many people are trying to create pseudo accounts, she decided to verify her account. So if you check her account, she shared that particular video. But because the location of her phone was on, it posted the specific place they are in Mombasa, which is the Tamarind village in Nyali. So I don't know whether this is a case of Kibaki, where Lucy Kibaki forced Kibaki to come and announce that I have only one wife.
Good. Welcome to this press conference. This is my wife, Lucy, and I want to state something that I've wanted you to hold dear and permanently in your heart. You know, and I know, and everybody else knows that I'm married and I have only one wife. And everyone in Kenya knows it.
Now in this case, Oparanya is being told, okay, announce those photos are authentic. But the question is, he's in Mombasa. And Oparanya also addressed the fake news around all this, because after these photos were circulated, there are many Kenyans who, Kenyans thrive in propaganda. So someone like, Oparanya is now admitted, is sick, is under depression, all those kind of stories. So by the fact that he came out and told Kenyans, look here, this is a me, Oparanya. I'm well. I'm in Mombasa. There is nothing like I'm sick. There's nothing. So Oparanya just came out and he explained that. So for me, the biggest question now is, what do you think Oparanya wanted to achieve by addressing the issue of this photo? 3 things only. Number one, Oparanya, in my view, wanted to jump into the trend. And in politics, publicity is publicity, whether bad or good. Oparanya started trending the other day, yesterday, and he came out today to continue the same narrative. You might not know, someone or a member of the family might come out tomorrow and address the same issue. So he wants to be in the limelight. That is something that Oparanya has actually missed for a very long time. Number two, Oparanya is also dealing with the politics of the photos. That if someone wanted to use those photos against him, he should wait for another opportunity, because he has actually managed to use these photos to his advantage. The truth is, Kenyans today are talking about Oparanya, and they view him as a real man for accepting that the photos were his, for having that lady at his age. And Kenyans were like, atapaka mzee. So he's dealing with the politics around the photos. And lastly, I'm also convinced that Oparanya is actually addressing the family, the wives. He's addressing the wives. Because yesterday actually, after posting that video, someone called me on this platform who is close to the lady, and he told me that he actually spoke to the lady, because it was also like, some of these photos are not true, and the lady confirmed that the photos are true. And according to the man, what he told me was that this lady is actually married to Oparanya as a third wife. But the first and the second wife are not comfortable with her because of her age and because of her lifestyle. So they had started frustrating her. And that's why she decided now to go public, because they are already married. She just wanted people to know that apart from these 2 wives, Oparanya has another wife. And that's why she actually shared those videos, those photos. And that's why you can confirm that indeed Mary Biketi is with Oparanya right now in Mombasa. Not as Mpango or Kando, but as the third wife. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is me, Makwiny. And by the way, there's a big problem in the Republic of Kenya today, yesterday, probably. And I don't know what you can do, because I think the government is not doing much. They're not doing much the way we expect them to. Yeah, so, there's a dam that has killed like over 40 people. I think over 40 people, which is not good news, apart from the flooding all over. Sadly, UDA are still continuing with their party elections. So sad. Okay, bye-bye.